Hey there, travel beauty chasers, and welcome back to Chasing Travel Beauty with Stephanie. In my first Cape Town episode, I told you that this city revealed itself to me in layers. There was the obvious layer, the mountains, the ocean, the food, the colors, and those incredible views. But the longer I stayed, the more I realized there was another Cape Town waiting to be explored beyond or beneath all of that beauty. And in this part of my journey, those two stories came together. One day I was traveling along the most beautiful coastlines I've ever seen, from Chapman's Peak to the Cape Peninsula, from seals and penguins and to brightly colored houses. And then on other days, I had to take a deeper look, a look into South Africa's history. And it caused me to see a different type of beauty, the beauty of courage, the beauty of resilience, and ultimately the beauty of hope. Alrighty, good morning. So today we are going to spend 10 hours doing a tour. We are going to see Boulder Beach and Cape Point. So I think it'll be probably a lot of time in the minivan driving there, but should be a beautiful day. And guess what? I'm taking you guys with me. Stay tuned. Up first was a boat ride to Seal Island. As its name suggests, Seal Island must have hundreds of seals. Next was the drive along Chapman's Peak. And this is one of those places where the journey really is part of the destination. There's mountain on one side and the Atlantic Ocean stretching endlessly on the other. Okay, so you guys know how I do. I always have to walk somewhere to try to get the views. So that is what we are going to attempt to do right now. We only got 15 minutes, which means we gotta do it fast. Is this way?
I'm gonna try. Oh yes.
Okay. Let's just do a quick. So I'm here on Chapman's Peak, and as you guys can see, it's chilly. So this is it's like leaving their winter going into their spring, and it's so windy. In the true summer months, it's just absolutely beautiful when it's not so cold. Next, we were off to Boulder Beach in search of the penguins. So this is Foxy Beach. We don't have access to the beach, but supposedly there are a lot more penguins here at this beach than on Boulder Beach. So we are in search of the penguins. To see this beautiful landscape. And sure enough, we struck the mother lode in terms of seeing penguins on Foxy Beach. Because humans don't have access to the beach, more penguins are on Foxy Beach than you're actually going to find over at Boulder Beach. At least that was my experience during the time of year that I went. The penguins on Foxy Beach, a whole little colony of them right here on the rocks. So you see the guy sitting out there by himself, just chilling down. I think he knows that everyone's taking a picture of him. Here come his friends. There they are. So cute. So cute. Didn't realize there's a whole colony of them on the backside over here on the dry side, just chilling out. Giving us a little bit of a show. He's going over to the water. All right, I'm here at Boulder Beach. We climbed through the little narrow passageway. I, of course, got soaking wet, and there are no freaking penguins. We climbed through. In the videos that I've seen, people walk through here and it's dry, and there are penguins everywhere, but they're not here. But at least you see The beautiful boulders. Okay, so this is the boulder that you have to go under and climb through here, and timing is everything. Of course, when I came through, this, as you can see now, is filling up with water. And it filled up with water when I went through. We're gonna try to avoid that on the way out. Okay, so life is all about experiences. We climbed through. We saw no penguins, but hey, get into Boulders Beach with all the boulders. It really is beautiful. And it's amazing. It's got to be at least 10 degrees warmer on this side, which the guy said is because this side is both the Atlantic that touches the Indian Ocean, so it gets warmer temperatures and warmer water. So that's really about all that we're going to do here, because we've gotten our sneakers soaking wet, our feet soaking wet, the bottom of our pair legs soaking wet. But it's all about experiences.
Not really book it. We're gonna try if they'll give us space. If not, then we go to the second one. But I'm hoping we get a spot at the first restaurant known as the Black Marlin. It's a lovely spot, and you get to see, you get the view of the ocean. It's got a nice peaceful place. I hope we spend there about 1 hour. That's the plan, and then from there, then we go to the Table Mountain National Park, which will be our last stop on this side of the world. And then from there, we're going to start driving back towards town, and we'll stop at the Muizenberg Beach, the surface corner, or it's also known as the surface paradise. And then from there, then we go back to the city center. So we still have about 4 or 5 more hours, I think. Yeah, 4 or 5 more hours. So we're still going to have quite some time. So we spend an hour here, an hour there. It takes about an hour to drive in between the two. So yeah, about 4 hours or 5 left. So the restaurant is just about 5 to 7 minutes from where we are now. So it's pretty close. And then yeah, then we'll talk.
Okay, so we are about to have lunch at a place called the Black Marlin. It wasn't too far from Boulders Beach. I'll let you know what it's like. Well, here is the a la carte menu, and they've got lots of options.
Coming back to town, but I must just let you know, it depends on how the traffic will work out. If we don't fall into some, get stuck into some traffic on our way back, we might be getting to town when it's getting a bit dark. But if it's not dark, then it's good, because you get to see those colorful houses at the Bo-Kaap.
Yeah.
But otherwise, if it's dark, we're still gonna go there, but you might not get the full view of the houses in the Bo-Kaap. But let's just hope maybe we get there to around 6:30 or something before it's actually dark. Okay, so that's for later. Let's not talk about that for now. Welcome to the Table Mountain National Park. So you can see where we came from when you look at the right hand side at the bottom. It's about almost 200 meters above the road level. So we're literally driving on the mountains that you were seeing earlier on. And in the park, we'll talk about the animals that we find, just so I give you an idea of what you are to expect in terms of animals. But sometimes we don't get to see these animals, because this park is a sightseeing park, and there aren't many animals here because the sort of infrastructure, the way they've built the roads, that's not really it's not really safe for animals and even for us. So therefore,
While our guide tried to level set our expectations, we got our first animal sighting of an ostrich. These are antelope. in Cape Good Hope. And then all the way up here as well. Okay, so we are at the top of Cape Good Hope. This is the last spot on the continent, and it's simply beautiful. Now, because we spent so much time at some of our other stops, we didn't have a lot of time here. There are people who are climbing all the way to the top and getting amazing views. But unfortunately, I don't have time to go that far. I only had a chance to get to right where that gentleman is standing. He's on our tour. So I'm heading back down so I can be on time. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It was really interesting to learn that these changing rooms were built back in the time when this beach was for the elite, the wealthy. It was also for surfers. And now these brightly colored, beautiful, whimsical changing rooms are ridiculously photogenic, and I for sure got more than a few shots. We are here in the Bo-Kaap area. This is the area where the people who were enslaved, and when they got free, they started buying the property in this area and making it these colorful houses to celebrate their freedom. And they passed the houses on to their children and their children's children, and they are called the coloreds. So they're not black, they're not white, they're called colored. story because that's the story that the guy told us. And I want to make sure it's accurate. So,
You know, she was talking about the cook.
well, I did look it up, and our guide was absolutely correct, as would be expected. The history in Bo-Kaap reaches back to the 1700s and is deeply connected to enslaved people and political exiles who were brought to the Cape from different parts of Africa and Asia. When the people were enslaved, they couldn't own property, they could only rent, and they were required to keep all of the buildings painted white. So this was what freedom brought. It brought color. Okay, so we just finished having our lunch here in Bo-Kaap. And so I'm gonna just give you guys a look about. It's a lovely little area. We ate outside around the garden. As I always talk about, I'm in school. These people back here, part of my classmates. We're here in South Africa for our events, our doctoral events. And yeah, the food was tasty. The naan was amazing. And now everyone's eating these little donuts that they make that's got cinnamon and coconut and cardamom. It used to be something that they would only eat on Sundays, and now they're eating it every day. So when you're in Bo-Kaap, you can come down here and have a nice meal. Okay, this is the donut. Yeah, I just ate a bite of it. Okay, this one tastes a lot better than the one that we had the other day. So delicious. This is the owner of the place. She started when she was 32, and this is something that she does for fun. It's amazing.
This is us.
This is us. These must be the prisoners who stayed on Robben Island. This is the boat that we just came in on. This is my
Things we read and hear about. Right. It's for real.
So here on this wall, it looks like it's giving you the name, their prison number, and then how many years they were here in this prison.
We'll start making our way to bus number 4.
Bus number 4. Now, I'm curious. Okay, they're in alphabetical order. So there's Mandela. right there, Nelson Mandela, prison number 4607-04. He was there from 1964 to 1982. Wow. So apparently after the boat ride, we then come over here and all the groups are getting on buses. There's only one race, the human race. That's Nelson Mandela, I guess. They said no. Who said Robert, someone, I can't pronounce the name. But apparently we're going to go in. It says Robben Island. We serve with pride. Hello, I'm on bus number 4. Okay. Bus number 4? This one. Okay. In turn. Thank you.
When Van Riebeeck rounded the Cape in 1652, when he got to this island, there were a lot of sails. Hence, he named it the Sail Island, but in Dutch, Robben Island. Since then, the island was in use, used by the Dutch during the 1600s, 1700s, by the British during the 1800s. But from 1846 up to 1931, the island was used as a leper colony. From 1931 up to 1939, the island was not in use. From 39 up to 1960, the island was used as a military base. From 1960 up to 1996, the island was used as a prison. But political prisoners were released in 1991. But because of the criminals on the island, they were transferred, not released. That was in 1996. Are we clear on the time frame? Yes. Good people. No one is allowed to take videos while I'm doing my tour.
As you just heard, videotaping was no longer permitted. And something about the stillness of taking these images seemed fitting. I tried to wrap my mind around how does one survive in this place for 18 years? Not 18 days, not 18 months, 18 years. And even in prison, apartheid followed them. But Nelson Mandela rose above. Okay, so you find Nelson Mandela's name. Go let's get a picture. Print Nelson Mandela's name. We likely all know the story. Nelson Mandela would spend 27 years of his life imprisoned. Yet what could have broken him, what could have made him bitter and seek revenge, when he became free, he sought to make the world a better place. He is an extraordinary example of the resilience of the human spirit. We don't always get to choose what life gives us, but we do get to choose what we give back. When given the choice between darkness and light, I choose light. What about you, friend? Well, we've reached the end of our time together today. Keep on chasing travel beauty wherever your journeys may take you.